Welcome, beloveds, to each of you physically present and to those of you watching online. Thank you for joining me for our meditation today. My name is Melissa Arterberry, and I am one of the licensed practitioners here at the Center for Spiritual Living, Cape Coral. Let us begin together by closing the outer eyes, or with eyes lowered, find a spot on the floor to focus upon. With both feet resting gently on the floor, hands resting gently in your lap. Put your attention on your breath. Simply notice your breathing. Allow your breathing to soften ever so gently. Allow your face to soften. Feel your shoulders relaxing. This softening continues through your chest, through your abdomen. It flows gently through your extremities. Your entire body softens as you relax more and more. Any and all tension is now released. You are a clear conduit for love to express through. So in this relaxed, open, and receptive state, the invitation is to allow these words to be your words. Feel them washing over you as you take them into your heart space, feeling them deeply. There is only one power, one all-loving presence, one perfect life. That life is my life. That life is your life. That life is the life of all creation. As I accept my oneness, I envision each of you accepting your oneness with this all-loving divine presence as it created me and you and everything we see. I see you accepting your wholeness and holiness now. We allow love to express easily, abundantly, creatively through each of us. We remember together that we are not a body, that we are free. Each of us, eternal energy. I remember I am as God created me. Seeing you embrace this truth for yourself. Knowing that we are each as God created us. We are each whole and holy now. We are each safe. As we each allow love to express easily, abundantly, creatively through us. This is the hope of the world. I see us choosing to surrender to this one perfect power that is our highest self, allowing it to transform our lives as we accept it, as we say yes to it. We remember, I am as the universe created me. I am whole and holy. I am safe. I now allow love to express easily, abundantly, creatively through me. Taking this truth deeper, there is only one power, one all-loving presence, one perfect life. That life is my life now. That life is your life. That life is the life of all creation. I accept my oneness with this all-loving divine presence that created me. Thus, I accept my wholeness and holiness now. I allow love to express easily, abundantly, creatively through me. I remember, I am not a body. I am free. I am eternal energy. I am as God created me. I am whole and holy. I am safe. I allow love to express easily, abundantly, creatively through me. I choose to surrender to this one perfect power that is my highest self, allowing it to transform my life as I accept I am as the universe created me. I am whole and holy. I am safe. I now allow love to express easily, abundantly, creatively through me. And for this third and final time, taking this truth even deeper, rooting us in it. There is only one power, one all-loving presence, one perfect life, and that life is my life. This life is the life of all creation. I accept my oneness with the all-loving divine presence that created me. Thus I accept my wholeness and holiness now. I allow love to express easily, abundantly, creatively through me. I remember, I am not a body. I am free. I am eternal energy. I am as God created me. I am whole and holy. I am safe. I allow love to express easily, abundantly, creatively through me. I choose to surrender to this one perfect power that is my highest self, allowing it to transform my life as I accept I am as the universe created me. I am whole and holy. I am safe. I now allow love to express easily, abundantly, creatively through me. From this place of complete unity with the love that we each are, the invitation to close this meditation is to simply ask, what would love have me do? What would love have me say? Where would love have me go? Trusting and knowing that as we ask, we shall receive, that the path will be made clear, every answer provided, every sign given, as we each intentionally walk in love, breathe in love, express in love, seeing one another through the eyes of love. So the invitation is to be with any question for as long as you choose to. Perhaps the answer bubbles up here. Perhaps the answer bubbles up at another point in time. Simply trust and know that the answer or answers are already on their way. So when it feels right, you can bring yourself out of the meditation, gently moving your feet, your hands, opening your eyes when you're called to do so. Namaste.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Hey, David.
Welcome, welcome. We are the Big Love Band, and we're going to bring some love this morning. So feel free to stand with us.
Join us.
And you probably should have memorized the song by now, so no excuses.
So we get to hear your sweet voices.
Yeah.
Sometimes I forget where I come from. Sometimes I forget where I'm going to. Sometimes I get so confused I lose my way. Sometimes I know you feel the same. Then I remember there is nowhere that God is not. No, no, no. There is nowhere that God is not. Yeah, there is nowhere that God is not. No, no, no. 'Cause everywhere I am, I know what I got. Sometimes I believe in what I see. Sometimes I believe what I perceive. Sometimes I get so confused I lose my way. Sometimes I don't know what to say. Then I remember there is nowhere that God is not. No, no, no. There is nowhere that God is not. Yeah, there is nowhere that God is not. No, no, no. 'Cause everywhere I am, I know what I got. I forgot to pray, forgot to be still and know. Forgot to forgive myself until I forgave myself. Forgot to ask for help. I forgot to say a word. Forgot to believe in me, believe in my spirit word. Oh. Then I remember there is nowhere that God is not. No, no, no. There is nowhere that God is not. Yeah, there is nowhere that God is not. No, no, no. 'Cause everywhere I am, I know what I got. There is nowhere that God is not. No, no, no. 'Cause everywhere I am, I know what I got. Everywhere I am, I know what I got. Everywhere I am, I know what I got.
Oh, thank you, Big Love Band. All right, you're standing. Let's do our oh, 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 oh. Oh. All right, let's stay standing while we do our mission statement. Is anybody here for the very first time? Very first time, never been with us before? All right, well, I think they're all coming next week with your friends and your neighbors. All right, let's read our community's purpose statement. It's our higher why. For those of you who don't know me from home, my name is Reverend Denise Schubert. I am the spiritual director of this community. So let us start. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower each other, ourselves as a unique expression of God, the love intelligence that governs the universe. And forgiveness in our everyday lives, commit to being a powerful and beneficial presence on the planet. Through the study of the science of mind and spirit, the energy of unconditional love, simply, we are here for God. All right, you can be seated for just a moment. Again, welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, where we are a vehicle for practicing the philosophy, faith, and way of life that we call the Science of Mind, and that is our monthly theme for the month of January. In fact, it's the monthly theme at all centers for spiritual living around the globe. We revisit the basics. So that's what we're doing today, and our topic is what it does. But before we get there, we invite you into creating community in the room, which is to say hello to your neighbors. You know, we used to do that all the time before COVID, and then we got into a don't look at each other mode. So you can please just greet your neighbors. You can hug if you want. You can shake hands if you want or not, but say hello. So just for a few minutes, the band will invite you out of that experience.
Because
Let's keep it going for Big Love Band. Woo! Way to start us off on a Sunday morning. Good morning, CSL. My name is Aubrey. What a beautiful way to start the day. I'm so grateful to be here and see each one of you. Thank you to Big Love Band, and also thank you to Melissa for a beautiful meditation this morning and for holding High Watch for us. So High Watch means that she is consciously maintaining spiritual awareness and affirming the highest good for the center and all of us today. So thank you, Melissa. All right, first we got some announcements today. First up, we have our Wise Women's Tea. That's going to be today, right after the service at noon. So I'm very excited about this because I get to host this today, and it's a women's gratitude circle. So this is meant to be a heartfelt space for us to connect, reflect, and celebrate the women in our lives who have supported us, encouraged us, and motivated us through life's messiest moments. And together, we're going to honor those women by writing letters of gratitude. So the cost is $15, but it's a love offering. No one is turned away. We'd love to have you here today. Next, we have our Wednesday night services. So this is new. Every Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. They just finished their second week. This is a beautiful hour with no announcements, no refreshments, nothing but an hour of peaceful meditation and intentional contemplation. So beautiful hour to come connect with your spirit. So check it out. I think you guys are going to really enjoy this. Next, our Divinely Aligned Women Workshop. This is something that I would love to invite you to. Melissa Arterberry and I have put this together, carefully crafted from our hearts. The Divinely Aligned Workshop is going to happen right here on Saturday, January 31st from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's a workshop for any woman who feels called to slow down, to release what she's been carrying, and realign with who she truly is in spirit. So in a world that is constantly asking us to do more, this is your invitation, ladies, to simply be. We'll relax with gentle music, guided meditation, ground us in that present moment. We'll release with a powerful burn ceremony, letting go of any beliefs that are holding us back. And we'll reimagine with a mini vision board session to connect with those core values and move us forward into the future. So the workshop is $65 if you register now until January 25th. Or if you have a spiritually aligned sister, grab her and sign up because you get 2 tickets for $111. So if you are called to come check us out, there's QR codes in your pamphlets today. You can sign up, and we would love to have you there. Next up, we've got some changes to our weekly schedule. A Course in Miracles, Monday, this is in person at 10 a.m. and Zoom at 7:15 p.m. We've got Ink and Insights facilitated by our Rev Shell. This is a book study that's happening Tuesdays at 10 a.m. And lastly, we've got our spiritual living study group hosted by our fabulous Rev D is moving to our Thursdays starting on the 29th. So just a few things to keep in mind as we're moving forward through the month. And lastly, I would like to invite one of our licensed practitioners up. We have Mark Lukens delivering our reading and anchor us in a moment of prayer today. So thank you, Mark.
Hello, I am Mark Lukens. I am a licensed practitioner here at the Centers for Spiritual Living. Thank you, Aubrey. That was wonderful. I am going to give the reading today. The monthly theme is Sowing Seeds of Thought. Today's topic is What It Does. This is a reading from A New Design for Living by Ernest Holmes. Since our lives are primarily mental, an activity of consciousness, it would follow that we should come to believe that something new and original and expansive is always happening to us. On the other hand, how much of our time is spent denying ourselves the privilege of entering a greater degree of living? We are possibly bound by more negative ideas than we realize. We keep saying, I can't, I don't know how, I lack the opportunity, everything is against me. All these statements are denials, denials of life and the creative flow of life through us. What should be a constructive and expanding faith in accord with the creative nature of our thought rather becomes a limiting and contracting one. The result? We use the very power that should set us free to bind ourselves. Thought is a two-edged sword. It can be used to cut a pathway into a glorious future, or it can be used to cut down and sap every bit of our life out of us. It is a very simple matter to reverse the entire process. The creative action is infinite and eternal. We but change our thoughts. Wonders can result if we can do this. If we can come to believe we are living in God and God is expressing through us. And if we can apply this thought consciously to everything we do until it becomes automatic action, then shall we find ourselves on the road to a greater freedom. With that, let's take that into prayer. Let's everyone just relax into spirit. Let's feel spirit, the spirit that surrounds us, the one spirit. For spirit is all things, the entire universe and more. Spirit is love, spirit is peace, spirit is joy. I call that spirit God, and God is good. We are all spirit. We all have that individual pilot light inside of us that's good and glorious. This one life is God's life. And we are here to create and manifest greatness. I affirm the truth is revealed to us all. The Spirit flows through us, and we have the freedom to create the life that we desire. A life that is love, a life that is joy, a life that is happiness. We are spiritual beings, leveraging faith. We are eternal beings, bathed in God's light. I give thanks. I give such great thanks for this sanctuary, for everyone in this sanctuary, for everyone watching online, for this center. We live in great gratitude. We live in thanksgiving. We live in great abundance. As I release this law, release this prayer into the spiritual law, knowing it is already so, please join me in saying, and so it is. Thank you.
So this song was originally planned to kick off January, but God said I had to stay in bed for a week and torture my husband. So this really goes well with the theme of sowing seeds. And sowing seeds is the kickoff to this year, and sowing seeds of thought. So feel free to read along and see what downloads for you.
Little there's a man on a big green tractor
be sweet or withered and dry. The weeds take over 'cause it's been neglected. Do your roots run deep? Are your branches high? And if your words were seeds that were going in the ground, and your love was rain farmers prayed about, if your life was sunlight we all needed, what kind of world would it be? If you read what you sow, what kind of garden would you grow? If you read what you sow, what kind of garden would you grow? Would you plant patience? Would you keep kindness? Would there be peace right on the line? If your words were seeds that were going in the ground, and your love was rain farmers prayed about, if your life was sunlight we all needed, what kind of world would it be? If you reap what you sow, what kind of garden would you grow? Oh, if you reap what you sow, what kind of garden would you grow? Kind of garden would you grow? Oh, what kind of garden would you grow?
I think between the reading and the song, we could all just go home. That was a sermon and a half. Thank you, Big Love Band. It was beautiful, beautiful choice of music. All right, so here we are. Here I am with my own clicker, always dangerous. I just love doing this month. You guys enjoying this month, going back to basics? Because, you know, it's so interesting that when we talk about the science of mind, philosophy, faith, and way of life, we spent a lot of time talking about the law, because the law is your power. But it could maybe feel like less fun than talking about love or joy or money. But I think, as you'll see today, that these teachings are at the core of the world's mystery teachings of all ages. The first 4 chapters of the Science of Mind textbook are the thing itself, the way it works, what it does, and how to use it. So that is what we're covering. Now, Reverend Shell's talk was not recorded last week, so I'm not sure what points she brought up, so I may be repeating a little bit, but you'll forgive me, right? So I downloaded from the CSL website their opening statement, which says, "A practical philosophy, Science of Mind, incorporates the mystical truths of every major religion. Sometimes called religious science, Science of Mind offers a simple set of spiritual tools that each of us can apply in our lives. It is based on the principle that God is all there is, and the universe works by a system of predictable spiritual laws." And this is highly simplistic, highly simple actually, because if you get this, and if you apply those principles with fervor and commitment, our lives will be different than they are. But the key here is you have to embody it, and we'll talk about embodiment in a moment. This is where we're at, the thing itself, the way it works, and what it does. So today we're on what it does. Now, I want to recap a little bit in case you haven't been here for the whole month. But the thing itself is simply what Ernest Holmes called what 4,300 religions on the planet call God. I looked that up on Google. Now, we're talking logic here, and all of us are logical thinkers. There are, according to Google, 4,300 religions. There are not 4,300 gods. Are you clear? Each one of those religions is representing in their own language and in their own way what Ernest Holmes and what we are referring to here. There are so many names. The Oversoul, the Atman presence, the Tao, Allah, world soul, the quantum field. All of these describe the something that's in back of everything else. Now, as we're going to explore today, and I thought it was important that there is a fundamental mysticism, there is a mystery teaching underneath every religion and every faith that empowers us. Except it's been a secret teaching because most people who want to control other people don't want us to know about these. That's why they're a secret. Because when you learn how to live life, when you learn the rules of life, you are no longer controllable. You are no longer at the effect or whim of others. You become the master of your own ship and destiny. Now, Ernest Holmes also taught that God is both two different aspects of what we're talking about, the thing itself, love and law. Love is that feeling tone, the inside of you, the soft center, the tender underbelly, and it is what the fabric of the universe is really made out of. Now, in the song today, it says something about, I can't remember now, but you can believe what you see or what you perceive, but we don't do that here. We believe something deeper. Because if you only believe what you see, if you only believe what Fox News tells you, if you only believe what you witness, you'll just think that the world's going to hell in a handbasket and that people are just no darn good, blah, 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 blah. And have some degree, as most people do, a lot of people do, anxiety, low-level anxiety, low-level fear about what might come next. So we have to first embrace love as who you are and to whom you belong, and then we have to embrace the spiritual laws, because the spiritual laws are the way it works. And nobody ever told us. There should be a class, a kindergarten class. Come on, kids, let's talk about how it works around here. What are you thinking today? I'm thinking I'm not worthy. Oh, think something else. Right? I'm thinking nobody loves me. Think something else. Wouldn't it be wonderful if we as children, somebody did that for us? This spiritual law is not personal, nor does it make decisions. This is logical. You put a carrot seed into the ground and it grows a carrot. Nothing in the law of growth can say, oh, I don't feel like it today. I don't want to grow a carrot, I'm going to grow a tomato. Or you weren't a really nice person yesterday, so therefore I'm not going to grow a carrot for you. It doesn't work that way. It's impersonal. If you plant crap, you're going to get crap. If you plant honey, you're going to get honey. If you plant abundance, you're going to get money. If you plant lack, you're going to get lack. Do you see how simple that is? It's almost unbelievable. The answer to the question of what it does is it does anything. Now, fortunately and unfortunately, we don't create on our own. It's not just me controlling the entire world with my thoughts. It is only me controlling my life with my thoughts, which I do beautifully. I mean, I should tell you, listen, you just have to, sometimes I'm so grateful because I look, like I was at a Pokino. Do you guys know what a Pokino is? Anyway, it's a game. And I live in an old folks community, right? I do. I'm the only one there like this. But I was playing this game with 20 to 25 older women, and I'm not in any denial. I mean, I'm 75. So that, and anybody's book is kind of a senior citizen. Anybody's book. But I'm just telling you what this teaching can do for you, because it consciousness has on you. Because there is, my point being really where I started is that it's just not me creating the world, it's me creating my world. You create your world, but together we create the world we live in. So if there are too many people thinking fear, worry, doubt, lack, war, anger, unforgiveness, that's what's going to be reflected. That's what the law will grow. Because it doesn't say, no, I don't want to grow that. If it could say no, then we would not be free. We would be robots. We would be at the whim of what we were taught to believe in a God who loves some of us but not all of us, who answers some prayers but not all prayers. That's just not how it works. And the sooner we can embrace, this is not how it works. How it works is the world will be to you what you are to the world. And when enough of us are loving, the world will become a more loving place. It's automatic, it's impersonal, it's assured. So I thought it would be good to dip into the secret teachings. Now, as I said, there's a secret because nobody wants us to know. Now, this is changing, by the way, and it's hard to believe that this little church in CSL Cape Coral, or the little church in, Montgomery, Alabama, or the little church in Denver, Colorado, is actually providing the most mystical teachings on the planet. That if people would open and undo what they've learned, we would literally have heaven on earth. We would literally be in relationship with 8 billion people. It would be glorious. We would be doing the work that needs to be done. So, public teachings in religion, as we do here as well, even in our own mission statement, primarily focus on the externals: love, forgiveness, service, right? Love your neighbor as yourself, forgive everyone, and serve. And that's wonderful. Those are natural expressions of one who is connected to divinity. Love, forgiveness, and service. However, there's a caveat in here. Even though all 4,300 religions teach love, forgiveness, and service, the world is not reflecting those three qualities. So we want to go into the mystical teachings, the secret teachings, because they are the only ones that really matter. It's why, even in Science of Mind, when we talk about love and law, love is probably the most important for our sense of belonging, humanity, love. Love is an inside thing and it feels good, but without the understanding of how it works, you don't have the key, you don't have the secret to how to actually stabilize and enhance your own lives, much less create a world that works for everyone. So in 1945 in Egypt, they discovered sacred texts from the time of Jesus. Specifically in the Gospel of Thomas and the Gospel of Philip. And Jesus in these, 1945, that was not that long ago. That was like 6 years before I was born. So 6 years before I was born, the secrets of the universe were found in Egypt. How awesome is that, right? Or for all of us, that. And they were nothing like the New Testament, because in the New Testament also Jesus talked about love, service, and forgiveness. But in these Gospels, he talked about different things. So let's go over those things, because they kind of tie right into what we do here. So one of the main teachings in these Gospels was the kingdom within. The realization of the divine presence inside oneself rather than in an external place. Ernest Holmes, by the way, he was a character. He died, well, he didn't die before I was born, but I never met him. But he was truly 5'2", this quirky looking little old guy who spent years and years synthesizing religion and philosophy and psychology and ended up with this particular teaching. But really, this is one of our core teachings. God is within you. He said, you will never find a God outside yourself. Never. The only place you'll ever see it is in yourself. Find it is in yourself. And something magical happens when you find it in yourself, because then what do you know once you find it in yourself? What do you then know? That it's in everyone. It can't, God, this presence can't be in you and not in you and not in you. It can't be, it's not, we would say not a respecter of persons. So the divine presence isn't only in the good people or the right people or the far left people or the far right people or the green people. It's in everyone. And you won't know that till you find it in yourself. Another one of the secret teachings is spiritual awakening. He talked about we have to awaken from only believing in the illusion of the world. Because if what I'm saying is true, if what Ernest Holmes is saying is true, if what Jesus is saying is true, this external world is crude and temporary. It is the outpicturing of consciousness. And when consciousness changes, what you see or perceive will change. So one of the key components to what we're talking about is to stop being captivated by the illusions of the world and step into seeing things through a spiritual lens. Yes, are you with me? Yes. Ooh, that was almost like a Baptist church. Yes. Amen. Hallelujah. Yeah. So this one is inner transformation. I actually loved, when I first heard this quote from the Gospel of Thomas, I loved it. Essentially what it says is, if you do not bring forth what is inside of you, what is inside of you will destroy you. I'm going to tell you what that means to me. It means that who we are connected to all other beings, plants, animals. We're connected by love. So we are love. No matter what you think about yourself, no matter what your ex-wife or ex-husband said to you, you are love, made in the image and likeness of love. And what he's saying here is if you have hate in your heart and greed in your heart and revenge in your heart, it will destroy you. So if you don't let this love get expressed, the love that is inside not being expressed will destroy you. Now, that sounds a little harsh, destroy you, but we all know what that means, right? If you don't give and receive love in life, how do you end up? Lonely, depressed, anxious, addicted, violent. And there's really no mystery into why violence is so prevalent, because if you are a child raised in a violent environment, whether it's physical or mental or emotional, you are going to grow up to be a violent person, emotionally, mentally, physically, unless you can do all these things. Find the spirit within you, transform your lives, pay more attention to what's inside than what's outside. So inner transformation has to do with the need to bring forth your true nature in your relationships, in your pocketbook, in your bodies. Because one of the most wonderful things about the science of mind is without a demonstration, it isn't anything. You want to demonstrate these principles in your life, don't you? Yes, of course. And then these Gospels also spoke about self-knowledge, knowing yourself. Salvation comes from knowing one's own divine nature, not just following Jesus or any other spiritual teacher. Because Jesus was no different than you or me. He was a man who embodied the connection to spirit, external and internal, in a way that very few human beings have ever done. And for some reason, this man who lived 2,500 years ago has made such a huge impact on humanity, much like others, right? The Buddha, much like others. But they all teach the same thing, which is, don't follow, lead, know thyself. Don't follow me, know thyself. I believe the last one is they describe it as a single eye, achieving spiritual clarity and unity by opening one's inner vision. And by the way, I want you to know it takes practice. And we're going to talk about that, because remember, I'm up here going blah, 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 which is wonderful. I love doing it, and you seem to like listening to me do it. But if a year from now, your lives are exactly the same way they are today, who cares? Your life should be more expansive. Your life should be more expressed. Your levels of happiness should be deeper. So I don't want you just to hear the words. I want you to embody. So 3 very important concepts for life, not just about this, but about everything, are 3 distinctions. One is knowing versus knowledge. You all have knowledge, right? Because we went to school and they focus on us going to school. They focus on us learning things and being able to repeat those things, right? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Who was the 23rd President of the United States? That's knowledge. In the same way that what we're talking about can be just knowledge. But knowing is a different state of being. So you want to know that you know that there is an oversoul. There must be. And by the way, also logical. Did you make the earth? No. Did you make sunrises? No. Did you make a tomato seed? No. We do nothing except discover what's already here and learn how to use it and how to relate to it and how to interact with it. So you want to know that that's who you are, that you are not this puny blob of flesh and bones. You're not a bag of bones with no value, no purpose, and nothing deeper. You are the thing itself. You are the thing itself. And that's not arrogant to think that. It's humble to think that. Experience versus concept. Your inner divinity as a concept is not useful. Your inner divinity as an experience is incredibly useful. Your looking at a picture of an orange is not useful. Eating an orange is useful. Do you understand? And this applies to everything. You know, I can tell you how beautiful Africa is. By the way, my Africa switch has gone off. I just don't know if you knew that, but I'm complete with Africa. About 2 weeks ago, it turned off. But it's a glorious decade. But I can tell you how beautiful an elephant is. And you'll believe me. I can even show you a picture of an elephant, and you'll go, ooh, it's so beautiful. That has nothing to do with you in front of an elephant, which is a completely different way of being. It's a different level of being. You want your life to be an experience, not to be a concept. And that applies to your body, your work, your friends, your love life, everything. And then this last word I love is embodiment versus abstraction. So embodiment means, so here's what really creates. I'm hoping some of you are going to choose to do the foundations class, because this is going to be an 11-week experience of embodiment. But embodiment means that what really creates is feeling. What really creates is feeling. not thought. Thoughts affect feelings. Eckhart Tolle used to say the emotions are where the mind and the body meet. So just because you think you're going to see a pink elephant, does that mean you're going to see one? No, it does. There are no pink elephants. Well, maybe if you paint one, just to make me wrong. Look, Denise, there is a pink elephant. Most of us have to, I don't know what the right word is, overcome, come to terms with, rip the blanket off our negative thinking about ourselves and the world. And just because you say, and you should say, I'm not saying we should not say things that aren't true yet, because until you say the things that aren't true, they'll never be true. I'm going to say that one more time. Until you say the things that aren't true, they will never be true. And it really is what happens here, even though you may not notice it, because sometimes it's subtle. But if you come in here, if you come into our center and you're not in a good place, for whatever reason, you're not in a good place with your body or with your marriage or with your money, these ideas are like, could be regarded a little bit as BS. Or, yeah, really? Who told you? Who's your authority? I tell them the thing is my authority. I'm informed by the thing. But if you have an issue with money, we're going to put you into a prosperity-raising consciousness plan. And right from the get-go, we're going to tell you, start writing down affirmations. I am abundant. All my needs are met. Even though they're not. Why? Because you've got to plant seeds different than I'm broke. And until you do that, you'll stay broke. So the power lives in us. So embodiment means it's moved from your head to your heart so that you know without a shadow of a doubt that your needs are always met. The moment it moves into your heart and you know your needs are always met, the work is done and your needs will be met in ways that you couldn't have even imagined before the embodiment happened. This is pretty deep stuff, yes? But are you catching it? Yeah. So when, me especially, but all of us here, when we cajole you into classes, when we say, get out there and serve on a team somewhere, it's not because we need, anything from you. It's because I know that those are the activities that will change your consciousness. That sitting here on a Sunday morning really is not enough. You may like it, and I'm glad you're here, and you can be here for as long as you want without doing any of those things. But if what you want is to be different a year from now, then you need to do the work, which allows for embodiment. Because anything you embody will outpicture and form. Without, when I came back homeless, remember, some of you know, not all of you know, that I had a stroke 5 years ago. I sold everything I owned, everything. I kept like 6 suitcases, went to Africa to heal, which I did, came back without a home. And I had no stress about this. It's like, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm ready to come home. So I come home, I find myself living in a rented house of the people who bought my car before I left, with my car still in their garage. In that 2-3 month period, they sold me back my car, and the people across the street liked me so much they sold me their house for practically nothing. I did not make, you do understand, I could not have envisioned that happening. I could not say, dear God, what I want to have happen is to rent this house from the people who bought my car. It doesn't work that way when you're embodied, when you embody the principles. It just happens. What you need happens through coincidence or through connection or through synchronicity. So I give testimony, but my testimony is also not useful because my testimony is a concept to you, it's knowledge to you, and it's abstract. It's only real if you do it. All right. So I have a wonderful affirmation for us today. Are you ready for it? Yeah, sure. Sure, Rev D. Okay, I'm going to read it first, all the way through, and then you will shout it at me with fervor and enthusiasm. Today, I embrace my divinity and embody my power. I keep my thoughts affirmative and my actions loving. I watch as my life unfolds with ease, grace, and elegance. Your turn. And so it is. Beautiful. All right, let's pray. So prayer, by its nature, in what we do here, is not a begging and beseeching prayer. We're not asking God to do it. Do you understand what this thing did for you? It gave you power. It gave us paradise. It gave us the ability to plant any seed we want, to have anything we want. And this is hard to believe. I know some of you are there, anything. I actually believe that I could, or you could, walk on water if we believe that we could. I don't know that I will ever believe that I can, and I'm not going to test it, really. Right? Because it's done unto you as you believe. So I'm not going to go out and step off a boat in the middle of the ocean. I'm not doing that, because I don't believe I can walk on water. But I believe that if I did believe, I could. So I think when we say, in God, all things are possible, it's literal. But only with embodiment, only with true, pure, feeling belief. So what we do in prayer here is we align ourselves with truth. That's really all we're praying for. We're wanting to lay aside our negative thinking and to embrace a different attitude and belief, so that the things that we really desire, which, by the way, if you desire it, God desires it too, because God is expressing itself through you. So you have work to do here in partnership with the divine that you decided to do way before you got here. We just nobody ever told us how it works. We never got the rule book. But now you have it, so push, now it's up to you. All right, but let's turn within for a moment. So when we turn within, it is an activity of consciously letting the outer world and all of its crude and temporary representations of consciousness be where they are, doing what they're doing. As you and I, with these outer eyes closed, open our inner eyes, and we gaze into this holy place that is our very self, our very essence, this whole, perfect, complete, loving, kind, compassionate, generous place that is a truth with a capital T of our being. And as we do that, we come to realize that this place in me is the same as this place in you. And it doesn't matter whether everyone knows this or not, but the divinity that is within us is surrounding us. It is what connects us to all life. And so I know that as we come together in the name and the nature of love, that we can speak our word, which is not only a spoken word, but an intention, a commitment, an embodiment, a desire, a dream. We can speak our word knowing that we are planting seeds into a law that always says yes and cannot help itself but to clothe those words with flesh, to put form to the things we are anchoring in consciousness. And so the word that I speak for each and every one of us here today, here or within the sound of my voice, here now or there later, is that in its simplicity, we are here to bring this philosophy, faith, and way of life into existence, so it's not a secret anymore. It's not a secret to you, it's not a secret to me, it's not withheld from the masses, that we all discover that we're all okay already. Better than okay, we are all perfect already. And so what I know for each and every one of us is that we begin the process of embodiment and of demonstration. We want to demonstrate prosperity, demonstrate health, demonstrate vitality, demonstrate forgiveness, demonstrate love. We want to become it. And so I know that in this desire, all that is required in this moment is a willingness to be willing. That we make one step towards the thing itself, towards God, and God takes all the steps that are needed back towards us. The willingness is enough to transform the very essence of your life. And so I just simply release these words knowing they've been caught, knowing the process and the demonstration has begun, and that we can leave here knowing with assurance, with expectation, anticipation, that the word is being made visible. So we are at peace, all is well with our souls, and we close this prayer together by saying, and so it is, amen. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Yay. So now is the time where we do our community offering. Of course, you can do it online by text to give. You could do it online. You could do it here in the sanctuary. As I encouraged our soon-to-be new members last week, if you are a member, or even if you're not a member, and you're, I want you to practice claiming your abundance. Now, what this means is, and it's a practice, is that when the basket comes, and you can do this next week because I don't want you getting up, getting envelopes. I want you to put your name on the envelope. I, Denise, am supporting my center with these $3, or this $10, or this $1,000, so that it can begin to break open your embodiment of giving and receiving. So as the ushers make their way forward, let us do our offering affirmation together. Today, and so it is. Thank you, ushers. Thank you, ushers, for being ushers.
Standing as one in the presence of the power, standing where others have stood. Gladly we offer the gifts of our abundance, knowing the source of our good. Standing as one in the presence of the power, standing where others have stood. Gladly we offer the gifts of our abundance, knowing the source of our good.
And so we just take a moment to bless, which is to call something sacred, to bless every dollar in these baskets or coming through online, knowing that they assist us in getting the word out that there is this beacon of light in the middle of Cape Coral, Florida, that there is a place to heal, a place to grow, a place to transform, and I'm grateful for this generosity. And I know that the giver and the receiver are equally blessed. And so we let this be, and so it is. All right, two more announcements. One, I'm going to have Donna Nelson come up and do testimony for this workshop, which is the Enneagram workshop, is happening next Saturday. It is so much fun and so useful to understanding yourself and others and for creating right relationship. I want you all to be there. The more people are there, the more fun it is. So I thought another voice besides mine would be really wonderful. So Donna.
Hi, everybody. This is a treat to see a different perspective from up here of everybody. So the Enneagram has been on our slides for several weeks now. How many of you know what the Enneagram is? Cool. How many of you have actually studied the Enneagram? Yes. All right. Well, when Reverend Denise asked if I would like to briefly talk about it, and I have notes, so I won't keep you long, I said yes, because it's been one of the most important spiritual practices or tools of my life. And I've been studying it since 1989. And this is an introductory workshop, but you can go deeper and deeper and deeper into this spiritual practice. So I encourage you to sign up if you haven't already. So it is about understanding ourselves better at a deeper level. It's about understanding the patterns that we have. It's about, why do I do that thing that I do all the time? Understanding the deeper motivation for it, and then also understanding why it is that other people do what they do. So that might be your spouse, it might be a coworker, it might be somebody on a committee here at CSL. And once we understand something about the other person, what happens?
We fall in love.
We fall in love. It leads us also to compassion, right? So the Enneagram is a spiritual evolution system that describes 9 core personalities. Each type has developed its own style of how to get love, how to stay safe, and how we respond in the world. It helps us understand why we do what we do. So it's about learning more about yourself and others, again. Reverend Denise has designed this wonderful workshop, and I know it is because I took it, I think 5 years ago, in the building behind our center here. It is wonderful. It will give you a good understanding of each of the 9 personality types and where you fit in with those. So I, again, encourage you to sign up and hope to see you there next Saturday.
Thank you. Thank you, Beth. So we already have 10 people, but really I want 25 because the more people we have, the more fun it is. So you can sign up online. B has set up a category in the bookstore. You can register today in the bookstore. And then the final announcement is really the foundations class. And here's what I want to say to you. So it's scheduled to start on February 7th. As of this moment, there are not enough people interested to really have it happen. Well, no, I'm fixing that. Oh. Have faith. So here's my invitation to you. I know it's a lot of time, and I know it's a lot of money. But you can't register for a class like this from the perspective of time or money. You have to ask. You have to just see if it's your time to go deeper in the teaching and in the community. And if you take this class, it will change your life. And if it doesn't, I'll give you back 11 weeks and $245. But the thing is, if you plan on doing it, you must say so, because it's also an 11-week commitment on my part and a lot of material. So it's not going to happen without registration. Are you with me? Yeah, so if you're interested, please just sign up this week. I'm going to reassess on Friday. We'll either keep the class or cancel the class or postpone it. So this is me just asking you to please do that. Okay. Yes. Let's do it. All right, let's stand and sing out. And so we leave here today filled full of a new idea. We leave here today with a honoring of our brother, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and his vision for a world that works for everyone. And so for all of the blessings given and received today, we give thanks. And so it is. Amen. See you women in a little while.